Chronological age and biological age are different concepts. So, for example, one of the markers of longevity is DNA methylation. As you age, you have more and more DNA methylation. If you can reduce the DNA methylation by fasting, by different approach, you increase longevity in animals. So we assume it's going to be the same thing in humans. So we go and we measure DNA methylation. And if you have, at 50 years old, the DNA methylation of somebody who would be normally 40 years old, then we say your biological age is 40 years old. I think it is clear, and we need to kind of agree with one thing. Biological age is a true phenomenon. What I mean by this is that go back now in your phase to a high school reunion with all the friends that you had when you were 12 years old. Some of them you recognize right away. Others, you actually do not recognize them. We do not all age apparently at the same pace, but we're used to see age as a chronological thing. Like in a week from now, you'll be 1 week older than you are today. Like it's linear. You cannot change anything. Our biology doesn't work really that way. So that's the concept of biological aging. My reluctance to really put a lot of emphasis or a lot of, I wouldn't say belief, I don't really function a lot with biological age for one reason. Take DNA methylation. Studies have shown that if you take somebody who goes into surgery and you take a blood sample the day before surgery, you measure DNA methylation, and you measure DNA methylation the day after the surgery, significant surgery, like knee replacement surgery. The person has aged 10 years. Of course, the person has not aged 10 years. There are parameters in the body that has reacted to the injury and now have shown a biological aging of 10 years, but the person has not aged 10 years. So if something like DNA methylation can fluctuate that quickly overnight, I think it is a little bit, I'm not sure if it's valid to assume that by shaving 10 years of my biological age today means that in 50 years from now, I'm going to have an extra 10 years to my life. If it can change overnight, there's a good chance that it will change in the next 50 years. So I think that there are good indications telling us that if we do things in our lives, dietary, supplements, lifestyle, that are going to positively affect those markers of biological age, then these are things probably that we should continue to do, that we would take the habit of continue to do for long periods of time. They are likely to really help us age with better health. I think that this is where these markers of biological age are really interesting.
What's the markers for longevity right now?
DNA methylation is probably the most relevant. Another one would be also to measure glycation. Glycation in the body is also another markers of biological age. I mean, all the consequence of diabetes is glycation taking place in the body.
Join disruptive doctors. Oh, disruptive doctors. Impact